All right, welcome back. We're back to Just Offside podcast, and today me and Mike are joined by another special guest.
Very special.
Very special, yes. And this guy is a Toronto FC professional as well as a Canadian national team international. And we got Richie Laryea joining us today. How you doing, Rich?
I'm good. How you guys doing, man?
We're good, man. We're excited for this, man. We're excited. You know, I had to ask though first before we start, because we're both obviously African backgrounds. What's the how is the pronunciation of your last name? The real one that we need to pronunciation.
The in Ghana it's Lai, and then the English way is Laryea.
Is it Laryea? Okay.
Yeah.
Because bro, people be butchering my last name too all the time. So
yeah,
I know how you feel.
How do they be pronouncing it?
Bro, when I first started, I remember on teams they used to call me Makabuya all the time. That's correct. I was like, bro, it's Makubia. So I used to go crazy with it, bro.
I remember like the early days when Keith like first got in, and it was like he got subbed on, and then like the commentators, we were like, me and my one friend were just randomly watching the game that came on at halftime, and they were just like, "Oh, Keith Makabuya," and we're like, "No."
Yeah, these commentators are something special, man. I'll tell you. Something special.
Yo, because I saw you put out the tweet, right, and like the pronunciation, and everything. Like,
I went to Gold Cup with the national team, and long story short, I was talking to one of the media guys there, and he has a lot of African friends, and he was telling me, he's like, oh, like the Ghanaian pronunciation is, and he tried to say Lai, but couldn't really say it either. Like, no, it's Lai. But the English way is Laryea, and he's like, okay, it sounds good. And then I don't know what it kind of took off from there, and a bunch of different crazy ways.
I feel you, but you did obviously, you touched on the Gold Cup stuff, man. How's been your first World Cup experience, qualifying, and the Gold Cup experience too? Talk a little bit about that.
Man, it's been special, to be honest. I joined the national team just in 2019, so I've been played a ton of games, but I played a decent amount. So to be able to play these World Cup qualifier games, it was special, you know. But even before the World Cup qualifier games, I think the Gold Cup's what.
Yeah, bro.
I think opened everyone's eyes to what this team can be, you know, because of how well we played, the competition we're going against. You know, we were playing so well with missing some pretty core players as well. Yeah. So, you know, it was the beginning of, I think, what people will now understand of a good group of Canadian soccer players. So the experience has been unreal, man. You know,
crazy.
You know, you're a soccer player. You dream as a kid to playing in these type of games, you know, qualifier games to get you into World Cups, things like this. So it's it's been surreal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so the octagon, like you've played every single minute of those 3 games as well.
Yeah, I did, which was nice. I'm paying for it right now, but but honestly, in the moment, and even for the following camps and whatever else, I love it, man. International games are amazing. They're high intensity, and even just playing them, you know, I was telling one of my best friends, I was like, if that game went, you know, the last game that we played against El Salvador, I was like, it could have went 90 more minutes and I would have been good to
ready to go.
Really?
I was so fired up, so wired up. It was incredible, you know. So it's been a good experience.
No, it's been dope, bro. It's been dope to watch, especially too. I started watching the Gold Cup when watching you guys and see you guys play. And I noticed, I think this is the first time I've noticed watching Canadian national teams, like you guys have no fear and you're not backing down from anybody, which I love. And I see you two getting stuck inside. I'm like, yes, Richie, bro. Like, I see you. Yes, man. I love it. So where do you think where does that come from, man? Because I feel like it's the whole group. And you sense it. As people watching, you sense it too. Where's that come from?
No. It's everyone. No one, like, it's like you said, there's no fear, man. We can't play like that no more. It's we gotta establish ourselves as a big national team, a good national team, and we know we can be. So I think the days of a Canadian national team rolling over and letting whatever team it is do what they want with you is done, you know. So I think I don't know what moment it really was, but I think we have so many guys that are just from some pretty similar background stories that, like, you know, we don't take nothing from no one, you know. And there's a lot of those guys on this team, and then it rubs off on, you know, on everyone, you know. One guy does it and then it carries on, and it's good. It shows that we're together because we are together. And yeah, I think it just shows how strong and united this group is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much does like John Herdman had an impact on that?
Yeah, John Herdman's had a big impact, to be honest. I always tell people he's, brought structure to the national team that it probably hasn't had in a very, very long time. So he's brought structure. He's brought in a good staff, his support staff as well, coaches, tech people, all of that. Everyone is super on it and knows exactly what they need or what we need and what we need as a group to succeed. So he's created such a good environment there with the national team. And then on top of it, he's a great coach, and he puts us out there and gives us all the ideas we need and formations and whatever else it might be to be able to go out to games and do well.
I was gonna say, when you saw the lineup and you're starting at left back, what's going through your head?
I've honestly nothing now, because I played there a couple times.
Under
Greg Vanney, I played there a couple times in 2020, and then even with the national team in Gold Cup, I was playing a lot of the games after the first one. I think at left back, actually. So it was, something. I'm okay with it. I think being versatile, especially in those type of positions, is good. And it also helps the team be adaptable in different ways where we can change formations, because we have so many guys that can play in different spots. So it helps us personnel wise as well.
Oh, true. Also, let's talk about like the togetherness I see, man. It's even cool on not even togetherness, but also the talent we see now of the young players we have. But that kind of family togetherness I always say, no fear, you guys. I see whenever someone like has some success or something, everybody's always reposting it. It's really cool and dope to see. Kind of talk about that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just a culture that's been built in this national team now, that it's a brotherhood and guys support each other. It's not, we say it within the camp. It's not a me mentality. It's a we mentality is what we have out there. So it's like, for example, as of late, like Tejan went and signed for group, everyone's reposting him because everyone's happy for him, or someone scores their first goal, someone gets married, someone has a kid, whatever it might be. We're always in constant contact with each other, and it's good, because when you have teammates like this and you feel like these guys truly back you and support you, you can go out and perform the way you need to perform on the field, because no matter what, this person behind you, the guy to the left, right, in front, behind you, has you. So it's a cool environment to be a part of, to be honest.
No, it's really cool, bro. Really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well, like me and Keith, we always talk about like ball, and you always hear like the ball references of like you have like vets and you have the rookies and you have like a good mix and like a team. And I feel like with Milan and the goal, Atiba, like some of those older guys that have like kind of been through it, and then that young crop coming up, it must be like a good mix.
It's a perfect mix. I always tell people, like, Keith knows them as well as I would, but guys, like Oso and Daniel and guys like that, those are guys I grew up, even Junior Kaba.
Yeah.
These are guys that growing up I looked up to, like I'm playing through the ranks, club soccer, and these are the guys with you at TFC playing. So like I looked up to those guys, and now I'm on the same team as them. And then you have the higher grade, like you have the older guys as like in Atiba, Junior, Milan, Steven Victoria, guys like that you knew growing up because they were older than you, and you're like, oh, what these guys do, I want to do that. Yeah. They have, then there's guys around my age like me, Kamal, Mark Anthony, guys like that are in and around that age. And then you also then have the younger guys, Alfonso, Tejan, Liam Fraser.
Crazy.
But it's such a good dynamic because everyone respects each other. And I'm playing with the guys that I look up to. I looked up the entire club soccer career. And then guys I didn't even think I would even be able to play with, guys like Junior and Atiba, like
bro, those are legends,
big players. Yeah, exactly, big players, and even guys like Oso and Daniel, like, so it kind of just comes full circle. And then I'm seeing young guys, like guys younger than me, like Kamal, Fonzie, Johnny David, all these young cats as well. And it's like, these are kids that like looked up to like some of the guys on this team as well. So it's like the dynamic of it is just crazy. And then you all become friends, brothers, whatever you want to call it. And it just creates for a good dynamic.
Dope, man.
Yeah, that's so wicked. It's so nice to see. Like, obviously,
you can just tell from the outside, you can just tell the group is just like everybody's ready and that one goal. So we can't wait to keep watching, man. Can't wait to keep watching.
Special, man.
But bro, take us back, man. Let's go to the start. Let's go to the beginning, man. Where did your youth soccer days start at?
Youth soccer, I was playing Spanish league on the fields at Jenna Finch with.
Bro, I didn't know you played. You're a Brampton guy, no?
No, Toronto.
You're Toronto? Okay.
Yeah. And then I was playing Spanish league out at Jane and Finch with a team called Uruguay from when I was 6 till 12. And then, in between there, I tried district, regional, provincial.
Yeah, you did all that.
Yeah. Didn't go too good for me out there for me. So
same bro. Don't worry.
Yeah, he was part of it.
Then I went to Sigma after from 12 till I left for college. So I was with Sigma FC from age 11, 12 till 18 when I went to University of Akron after for school.
Yeah, so tell us about this is what I really wanted to get you on too, because I know about Sigma. Obviously back then a lot of quality players are at obviously the provincial program that too, but there's a lot of quality at Sigma too. So talk about that and the decision to go there and your experiences with Sigma Academy.
Yeah, honestly, the guys there just reached out to me. I had played a game with the Spanish league team Uruguay, and they were watching, and they told me to come check out what they had going on. And they were obviously extremely, I think that was the first year of existence into Toronto, and they're like selling this pitch, and my parents I don't know,
yeah,
I don't know about this, but my dad thankfully was like, no, let's go along. They have a good system. It feels like they modeled everything they did around Ajax. So it was obviously in Holland. My dad was familiar with Ajax and the Dutch way of playing and stuff like that. So he's like, let's give this a go. They seem really good. We went, the trainings were incredible. Bobby obviously was running everything, and he was top notch coach, good person. And the sessions were just so good. I went from, training with Uruguay, which was a very good club for me.
Yeah.
And really needed to do for me from when I was 5 till 12. And the technical part and all that, but once I joined Sigma, opened my mind to a completely different perspective of football. We were watching, he was showing us clips of Ajax, at age 12, 13, we're talking about building out the back and stuff this is how indebted this guy was and what he was trying to sell. So honestly, it started there, and then I'm glad I did it. And then also in the process, I was playing with a lot of these guys that play on Forge, Chris Nanko, Kwame Awuah. Yeah. Bex was
there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Kyle was there too?
Kyle Laryea was there. Yeah. So there's so many guys that came through.
A lot of quality came out of that.
And he's a guy that we played with that I remember years ago seeing, I saw his videos of training with you, was Manny Marquez. Oh, and I never knew about Sigma until him, because we were both. Manny was regional program as well. The three of us were playing. He didn't go further either. And he went to Sigma. I was like, yo, what's Sigma? Then all from that. But then I remember I just saw the videos of you guys training, doing stuff, everything like that. So
it's actually kind of crazy, because I think people looked at Sigma, maybe not, I know now for sure they don't like this anymore, but before, people used to look at Sigma and been it's there's no pathway to becoming a pro. You're gonna go to why do you want to go to the States for school?
I know it's frowned upon back then, which is people, that's where all the kids are trying to go right now.
Exactly, man. Honestly, and I kind of had that in my head a little bit as well when I was going through the whole process, because I saw all the young boys like Jay Chaps, Jay Hams, Manu, all these guys in first team deals with TFC, and I was going I knew them, just from meeting, So I was like, damn, am I doing the right thing, trying to go to college there while all these guys are going pro at such a young age? It's going to be so good for them. But honestly, in the long run, it worked out perfectly for me. I got to live away from home, experience something new, get an education. And then still through that process, I found myself into the league. So.
Everybody's got different paths, man. Exactly. So how was Akron playing NCAA? How was all that?
That was another eye opener for me, because the first season I went there, obviously coming out of Sigma, I was like, all right, Sigma's really good, high level. I'm gonna slide in here real quick. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna
because I remember because when we would go to MLS youth cups, all that, Akron was the team, the school back then.
Yeah.
One of the top schools soccer wise. Yeah.
To this day, they still are. They're top 5, top 10 school always. So
always, yeah.
I was like, yeah, they're gonna be good, but in my head, I'm thinking I should be straight, you know. So I walk in, first day. I mean, I'm not like I'm built or anything different,
Yeah.
like a machine. But back then I was skinny, like a lot skinnier. So I walk in, these guys. It was. I went in the spring, so it's weight lift training all season long. So I'm over there trying to bench press people, like, and I can't bench press nothing. I do chin ups. I'm trying to do, like, these guys are just looking at me like, where did you get
Yeah.
this kid's not going to be good for us. And then I start playing games with them, and like the level, which surprised me, was we're playing spring games, which aren't competitive. They're just friendlies.
Yeah.
Because fall is when you play in your season. So I went in the spring and we were playing some games. I was like, the teams we were playing against, they had like huge dudes playing.
Yeah.
And push all over the place. And like, I remember the coach was just like, yo, you're going to have to take spring training really seriously. You're going to have to build some muscle. You're going to have to get used to the speed of play. It is physical. So I honestly, it was good I went in the spring before the fall season to get, like, I kind of got adjusted to it. But even then, that fall season, I did good, but like nowhere near I think I had a goal and 2 assists or something like that. And then the second season, I was like, nah, I got to come back and like show these guys, like, I'm not no punk or nothing like that. Yeah. The second season, my sophomore year, I came back and I had 11 goals, 7 assists, stuff like that. So I was just like, okay, like this is better. But honestly, first getting used to it was hard because, you know, my first time living away from home permanently. Yeah. I was living in a different country.
Yeah.
Money's different. Phone numbers are different, you know, like just a bunch of different things. But honestly, it helped me. I'm so grateful I went and played there because it taught me a lot of things. But honestly, the program there is amazing. The coach I had is still there to this day, Jared Imbeck. He's a soccer whiz, like, kind of like Bobby, like sleeps, eats, everything is soccer.
Yeah.
So it was perfect program for me to join. So
you were there for 2 years?
2 years, yeah, 2 years.
And then got the phone call, eh?
Got the phone call.
So how was that? Yeah. How does even the draft process work? Did you go to the combine or any of that for MLS?
Yeah. So after that sophomore season, the guys at Sigma, Bobby is the trainer and his brother Costa was kind of managing all of Sigma, who became my agent, and he let me know. He's like, hey, like the MLS wants you to leave school early and join the league on, it's called Generation Adidas contract. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, like really? And just had a back and forth discussion with my, Costa, who then became my agent, and my family on what I should do really. And then just decided, I'm like, yeah, like, I think this is a good time. I want to go now. So it wasn't a lengthy process. He let me know. And I think within a week max, I let him, I was ready to say yes off the rip. But my mom was like, no, you gotta consider staying in school. But you know,
African parents, bro, I know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best for the African parents. So but no, it didn't last too long. And then I accepted it, and then I went to the combine. The combine was actually in Fort Lauderdale, I'm pretty sure, and it lasted, I think, like 4 to 6 days, something like that.
So it's just playing games.
Just games. Yeah, I think you play like 5 games or something like that within the 4 days, and then they fly everyone to, at the time for me, it was in Baltimore. We flew from Florida to Baltimore to do the draft, which was also a really cool experience. Yeah, how was all that, man? And do you have any idea before what team we're gonna go to? Nothing, because you get interviewed by so many different teams. You don't know. True. You don't know who really wants you, and if teams are just interviewing you to interview you. Just there's so much that goes into it. So I honestly didn't really know. And Kyle was at Orlando, and he was telling me, he's like, oh, I hope you come. Like, I hope they pick you. I hope you come out here. Like, just stuff like that. And you know, I honestly didn't even know I'd go there. I just wanted to be drafted. I wanted to be picked. Of course. You know, I didn't know where I was going. At that point, I was like, I just got to get a club and move from there. But it was a cool experience. So it was pretty nerve-wracking though, because you hear the stories of dudes that sit there and don't get drafted and stuff like that. So like that's running through my head. I was like, man, they gotta pick. Like they gotta pick. You know, like so it was cool. Nerve-wracking, but cool.
Yeah, that's dope. So talk about in your first year, obviously Orlando City drafts. You talk about your first season there and kind of your struggles. I know it kind of took some time for you to find your footing there, but talk about your first experiences in MLS.
Yeah, it was honestly kind of like what I was when I first stepped foot in Akron. I had to adjust myself to the speed of play. adjust myself to, you were maybe one of the guys at Akron that people relied on. That's not the case anymore.
Right at the bottom again. Yeah,
exactly. Back to square one. There's a lot of guys here that have played X amount, you know, like, so you have to reestablish yourself in that sense. Mentally, you have to put yourself in a good place because, you know, it's going to be tough. And yeah, I think that year in 2016, I dressed twice only, the first 2 games of the season, and then never made the 18 ever again. And then I spent the entire season playing second team games with OCB, Orlando City B. So that year was tough for me because obviously I had high expectations to debut in my first year and all that. That didn't happen. So then 2017 came around. I started dressing a lot more, but I was going up and down between the first and second team, and then finally made my debut in June of 2017 in Chicago, which was a big moment for me. But even then, that season, I was kind of bouncing around both teams, but I was, you know, I was playing first team minutes. So
first team minutes. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like this is going a little bit better. And then 2018 started really good first couple of games, and then the coach gets fired and new coach came in after that, and then it was terrible for me. That was like the end of once that new coach got hired, James O'Connor, that was the worst spell that I had at Orlando City in terms of just fighting demons all season, basically. It was tough. It was tough.
And that was going into an option year with your contract?
Yeah, going into
that's tough. That's tough. So how did what happened with TFC afterwards? Was there any other options, or did Toronto come calling right away?
We with my agent, they were trying to between Toronto, and I know I had some limited interests in Cincinnati and Vancouver. Okay. But neither of those teams wanted to take a chance on me. And Toronto, you know, I'm from here, so I guess they were kind of like, he's not going to cost us anything. We don't have to pay him. He can come on trial and see like what he's like. So that's basically how the conversations went. And my representation had a pretty good relationship with Toronto, has a pretty good relationship with Toronto. So they were pretty welcoming to let me come and train and show what I can do. So it was seamless in that sense, but at the same time, I didn't have a contract and it was a trial. So it was still,
And that's 2019 season?
2019, I went in with them the beginning of January and I didn't sign until March 21st.
Jeez.
So it's the whole
I saw something where your wife just had a child as well.
Yeah, and my wife was pregnant.
Oh.
When I got my option declined at Orlando.
Ooh.
And then Keith knows the MLS pay stops after the 21st of
the
31st December, so you don't get you don't get the next pay till almost at January. So there was a bunch of things happening. She was in Orlando, I was in Toronto, and then from Toronto I went to, you know, the TFC guys like going to LA, so I was in LA, she was in Toronto, she was in Orlando, so it was honestly, it was difficult. It was, like I said to you, just fighting demons, mental games. She was good though. She like made it seem like it was all sunshine.
It was all good
there, but even though
that's what some people don't get, like what's going on with footballers off the field, man. When you're dealing with that, you're on a trial, you got situations with the family that you have to deal with, being away, like, man, that's tough. But
it was a grind, but she did her thing. She made me feel calm about what she was doing, and all I was focused on was soccer, which was good.
That's great, man. That's good. So talk about, man, how you started to establish yourself as a regular first team player. What changed for you mentally? Was it mentally, physically? What kind of change you got back home, and everything sort of sorted itself out for yourself playing wise?
Yeah, I kind of just said to myself, like, internally, I was like, what I just went through with Orlando for 3 years, and especially after my option got declined to then sign with TFC, I like never want to put myself through that again, but more importantly, my family, because not only is my wife stressed, but like my parents, like every day are like, oh, did you sign it? You know, like everyone like kind of like on me. So like I didn't like that feeling. So I was just like, I never want to put myself in that position ever again. To like, I felt so vulnerable, and also I could do nothing about it. You know, my life and my everything soccer related was in the hands of someone else versus it being in my hands. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of the mentality I've been going with ever since that happened. And then people actually do say this, and I read Messi say this years and years ago, that the birth of his first son like changed him, like it like something.
Yeah.
And that's how it felt like for me. As soon as like my son was born, it's like it's not only yourself you're worrying about, right, or a spouse, whatever. Like it's like now there's like a little person that needs like your attention, your help. Like you need to do well in order to put stuff on the table for him. So like it like definitely changes you mentally as well, for always, for me at least, to strive for more and more to obviously give.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Give your family the opportunities you want them to have.
Amazing, bro. Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's dope. Yeah. And he's what, a couple years now old then?
Yeah, he's 2.5 right now.
2.5, bro. Sick. Yeah, I saw that video of you with him playing on the field. But how does that feel, man? Because I know he's gonna be able to look back and see. Does he like even know what dad does at all right now? Does he have any idea?
He actually does somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
This kid is crazy about soccer. We get back from BMO. I will probably be back at our place by like 10:30, 10:45, and this kid doesn't want to go to sleep. So take his shoes off, runs to the living room, grabs his soccer ball. Daddy, you want to play soccer with me? I'm like, oh, okay. We can kick around for 5 minutes before you go to bed, and we end up being down here for 30 minutes. So me and him kicking it back and forth. So I think he does understand, and he tells everyone that he went on the field with me.
Really? That's adorable, man. That's amazing.
Sick, man. That's so sick.
You're like, yo, I just played 90. Can we just keep it?
For real, man.
That's sick. But also, how was it, man, during COVID? And you guys had to transition and back to Florida. Well, I'm guessing you kind of knew the surroundings, but how was that playing with TFC and being away from Toronto that long? How did you adjust to that?
It was tough. I mean, at first we went to Hartford last year in 2020.
Right. Sorry, yeah.
So, or no, you're right. We went to MLS's back in Orlando first.
Right, first, yeah.
Yeah, so that was weird because we didn't know much about COVID then, and it was like we were going to the place, probably one of the places in the world that was the most infected.
Yeah, bro, it's open.
Yeah. And like, so it was kind of nerve-wracking for everyone because everyone's like, we're about to go to Orlando, Florida, where COVID is like skyrocketing right now. So guys were on edge. Before we even got there, 2 teams had been withdrawn from the tournament because they had too many positive cases. So it was a mess, man. So we were just honestly that was a tough time being in Orlando because it wasn't like real life, like we were stuck in our rooms, mask everywhere, don't really interact with other people, go to training, come back, hang around your team. You know what I mean? Like they didn't even really want us hanging around each other's rooms. So that part was tough. And then we came back here, we started playing games, the Canadian games here, which was nice. And then after that ended, we had to find a place to play. And we went to Hartford, Connecticut. And honestly, we had a pretty good season there. Like we almost won support. We're doing our thing. And it was different. I've never been to Hartford, Connecticut before. I probably would never.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you go back. I've never even heard of that place, bro.
We were out there. We made the most of it. We had a good season until we were a little bit rocky at the end. And I think that was just due to the fact that guys were without their families. We'd been in Hartford for 20 days, come back here for like 24 to 48 hours, get back on a flight, go back to Hartford. So it was, you were seeing your family, but like barely, so it was tough for guys. And so we were hoping 2021 was going to be a little bit better. And then we come into the season, we're like, surely we're going to be playing at home. And they're like, nah, you guys are actually going to Orlando for 6 months. So we were in Orlando from end of February or beginning of March till, I don't know when we even came back, July or something like that. The team came back in July or so. So it was.
So was your wife and son, they stayed there in Toronto?
They were in, no, because we spent off season with their family.
Oh, so you're down on there. Okay.
Yeah. So they were in LA. So they came and met me in Orlando in April, but everyone else's families were here. Like the majority of them were here and then came in.
Jeez.
Came and it honestly, it was pretty good in the beginning, but we weren't doing well. We weren't getting points. So it was kind of ruining the atmosphere in a sense where it's like away from home. And we're not getting points, so it kind of became draining at some points, but, we grinded through it. We got through it, thankfully. And brought us to where we are now, where we are able to play games at home and travel to games. So it's definitely better. But it's both of these years, this year and last year.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy, bro. The world's been crazy the last 2 years, man. Like, can't imagine, especially leaving for 6-7 months at a time. Don't know what's gonna be happening all the time. It's just like it's been a mess. But good to have you guys back here. It's good to have you guys back.
Thank you, bro.
I just gotta turn it around next season.
Yeah, finish on a high and they're ready to go again.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, obviously the TFC season hasn't gone like to plan, but like now as you're like approaching the end and you kind of know that like playoffs isn't happening, is it like harder to like train and like prepare, or is like Canada on the back of your mind?
Yeah, for me, just the way I'm wired, I want to compete, and even if we couldn't make the playoffs, I would still go out there and play hard, but just because, you know, this is what I love to do. And I don't want to, I wouldn't want to go out like that, losing the rest of my games or anything like that, you know, like even if we were to win the rest of the games from here on out and we still make playoffs, at least I would feel better about myself. I know the rest of the guys on the team will feel better about themselves as well. So
and sometimes that carries on to next season, man. So
exactly. And
it's
a pride thing as well. You know, you don't want to go out like that. But yeah, that's first and foremost. But then obviously secondary as well. Yeah, these are I definitely national team as well. You have to think about national team with the games coming up that you need to be performing well with your club in order to be able to get called in there, and then also step into that environment and be able to play well. So you gotta check all the boxes there in order to be able to go into those games ready to compete and play big minutes for Canada.
Oh, man.
Yeah, these next 3 games are big.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Massive games, man.
So, man, obviously you've been Orlando, you've been in Toronto, NCAA player. Would Europe ever be in the future? You think for yourself if opportunity came?
Yeah, man, I would. As a kid, I dreamed about playing in Europe, so I'm still there to this day. So if the opportunity came and it made sense and I could go play in Europe, I would definitely would not pass up on it, because it's a dream of mine, and you know, it's just another way for me to test myself to see where I am, where I'm at ability wise and all that type of stuff. So it's a good gauge. It's obviously would be a higher level, and it would. Yeah, I think just continue the competitiveness that I have for myself would be going out there and competing with it, you know, the best of the best.
Yeah, sick. Because you're you're 95.
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, so you're 26. You're still young, man.
Still young. You still got it.
A lot of football left.
That's why you're playing all the minutes, bro.
Yeah, that's why you can play 3 games in 7 days, right?
Yeah, I gotta do it all I can, man.
Exactly.
All right, bro. So before we finish, man, just a couple quick hitters, man. We gotta get to you. So first one, favorite restaurant in Toronto?
Favorite restaurant. It was Ama, but Ama closed.
I know, bro. Ama is fire, man.
Yeah, I was frequenting that place like nobody's business. Me and my fam.
Bro, Ama's fire.
Favorite one now? Where would I? Maybe because I haven't been there in a while, and we ate there a lot as well as a family. Is Khao San Road. Have you been there before?
No.
It's a Thai place. It's good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. And we went there a lot. So I'll put that one there.
Okay, I'll put that on the list.
This guy's gonna go there tomorrow.
All right, favorite stadium to play in, other than BMO, I'll say, and I would say Orlando. Other than those 2, the ones you've been to so far.
Favorite stadium. I mean, it was empty, but I can only imagine what it would be like. Full would be like when I played the Champions League game against Cruz Azul at Azteca. Just the history of the stadium and all that. Obviously, it was empty.
Is that where Mexico's playing their games?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
Are they gonna have fans back for that?
Yeah, they are.
Woo. Yo.
So that
you watch your head. You're gonna get lighters and shit on you.
That's gonna be an experience. Azteca, and I heard even talking to Ash who's played down there, he said it was crazy. How big the stadium is and all the history that is in it's been in there,
you know, is crazy. So I would have to put that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite.
What about your? Yeah, you got it.
Go.
No, yeah. Like when you got a trip and you know your schedule, you got a road trip. What's like the favorite road city, just to be in? Like you don't even have to play, like just being there.
The LA ones are always nice to go to. Just it's a different speed and everything out there. You know, people are different. The place is different, and I've been there a couple off seasons now in a row with my family, so I enjoy going out there. It's a cool place.
Yeah.
So surprised you didn't say Columbus, man.
Columbus is
I forgot about that one.
we'll have to ask Liam about that one, bro.
Exactly.
Okay, this one we're both excited to hear about this.
Yeah, gotta know it.
We need to hear, obviously, if you have one, a best story with Kaka.
Yeah,
or maybe first interaction and best story. We gotta hear.
Yeah, first interaction was I was coming in late to Orlando because I needed like my visa and all my paperwork ready in order to travel. So I think I missed the first 2 days of preseason or so. So I'm walking into the locker room, guys are already outside training. So I thought I was gonna walk in, it was gonna be empty. So I'm on my phone. I just finished, like I was texting my mom actually, telling her, hey, like I just got here, like facility, it's crazy, like can't believe I'm here type stuff. Yeah. Texting, and I'm with one of the team admins, and he's like, okay, yeah, this is the locker room, like your seat's right there. And he like points up to where my seat is, and I lift my head up from my phone, and literally 2 seats down is Kaka sitting there, like just tying his shoe, like he just finished getting treatment, was leaving to go home. And I look up, I was just like, nah, there's no way that's So that was my first interaction with him. I was like, and you know, obviously super humble, super nice guy. Yeah. Introduced himself to me, I introduced myself, and yeah, just that was my first time meeting him. It was kind of crazy.
Crazy, man.
And then you would just say best
story if you have one with him, yeah. Maybe on the field, off the field, doesn't, yeah, either one. Yeah.
2, 1, my debut is in Chicago. I came on for him, which was cool. And then second was he had invited me and a few guys on the team for a barbecue at his house, and we had just went out to the back directly and didn't go through his house. And then he took me and one of the other guys, another rookie, inside, and he showed us his Ballon d'Or trophy, which was
what?
That was crazy. That was crazy,
bro. Like I don't think like the casual fan who, because we have casuals that listen to this, won't get like this is like. I don't. How could you compare it to Pavala? To some people that wouldn't know. Like, I don't even know. Like this guy's
is,
like.
This is like. Okay, this is maybe I can't say LeBron, but like this is. I
levels.
Mean, yeah, levels.
Like, yeah, you could.
Level, you know what I mean? Like
because
bringing you to his house and showing his NBA Finals MVP trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like Steve Nash, maybe Steve Nash.
Like a defense, like a high level. Like this is the guy that before Modric won, it was the last player to win the Ballon d'Or between this Messi, Ronaldo.
Bro, that's true. Yeah, so that puts it in perspective for everybody. Yeah, exactly.
Bro, Kaka at his peak at those like the AC Milan days was just different.
And as I got like more calm and like I would speak to him obviously on a daily basis, he's my teammate. I showed him a picture. I have my brother send me a picture because we have a picture of this dude on our wall. When me and my brother shared a room on the wall, it was him in his AC Milan jersey, like super young. And I was like, look, we've had this picture on our wall for like decades now. You know what I mean?
Who would have thought that like you'd be playing with us? Like that's crazy. And you got the chance to play with him.
It's wild.
Unbelievable. That's sick.
Bro, I loved Kaka. Like,
yeah, he was one of my favorites growing up too.
Yeah, he's incredible.
All right, can we have let's see, best Akron memory if you have one.
Best Akron memory, I would say, was making the Final Four of the NCAA tournament. That was, you know, big time for me because that was obviously we were playing really well that season, high level, and there was a lot of good teams and good players. You know, guys that ended up going on and becoming pros as well within those 4 teams. So I would say that was the biggest moment because we also had a really, really good season.
Oh,
that's dope. I love like Final Four. I think like the whole structure of like North American sports, especially American ones, like following ball, March Madness is like the thing, right? So, like Final Four.
I've come to before. I was like, I don't know why like they've structured soccer so much like a football or NBA season like in America, but then when I played in it, the hype definitely it helps all the hype and all that, you know what I mean? And It's fun. It's fun. I won't lie.
Yeah, the one thing though was in the NCAA, if you play a game in the regular season, it goes to extra time, and it just goes to like 120, and then when the buzzer goes, it's just game over.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the most whack thing I've seen.
Yeah, even normal time, like there's a clock that's counting down, and then once like you know when it's halftime because you hear the loud like.
Dude, the buzzer goes off.
Yeah, it's
Jeez,
crazy.
I didn't know that.
And if you shoot and the buzzer goes off, as long as I think I remember that if the ball's in midair or you've already struck it, it's good. But like if you shoot and the buzzer goes off before you shoot, then it wouldn't have counted if you scored.
Holy, I didn't know that.
It kind of like ball, you know, like if you release the ball and it's in the air already or left your hand, then it's good.
Jeez.
Weird. Hail Mary of soccer as well.
Yeah. All right, Pat, we got the next one.
Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know if you're a Nike guy or Adidas guy, but your favorite boots that you can remember
all time.
Yeah, I was with Adidas when I first joined Orlando, and now I'm with Nike now. But
good move.
I don't know any of the retros. Like I like the retro Vapors, like the Ronaldo R9s or you know the Predators, the Beckhams or Zidanes. Like
what did you wear as a kid? Like what were your first few pairs of shoes? What did you wear?
My first shoes were Adidas. They were Preds.
Yeah, bro. Nice. Preds always.
Yeah.
The strap, man, the elastic going around.
The best, yeah.
Elastic going around, man.
Yeah, man. You had to have that. All right, what club did you support growing up? A European club.
It was Barca. Barca now, even Barca. I was Barca then and Barca now.
So it's kind of peak for you right now, bro.
Yeah, peak. I was watching them play yesterday. I was like, "Oh, this is not it." But yeah, still supporting the guys. But yeah, that's the team I supported the whole time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're finished now. They just rebuilt poorly, man.
Yeah. They have no money. They're gonna have to go.
I know.
It's gonna be a tough 2, 3, maybe even 4 years for them before they get back to being where they're at before, you know.
I know, bro.
It's tough, man. I support Arsenal, so I mean, I can't really.
It's not much better.
Exactly. You've been in the gutter a lot.
A lot longer, bro.
All right, last couple. Your welcome to the league moment, where you're like, okay, I'm here. Your moment you kind of had. Maybe it was your debut. Like welcome to like something that happened. You're like, wow, okay, like I'm here. That moment you had.
I would say probably like, what would it have been? Maybe like just interactions with older guys on the team, and like you watch stuff on TV and people always say like rookies always get like older guys always pick on rookies types stuff, you know. So I would say maybe that when I first came and some of the older guys being hard on you, that was my
always carrying the stuff after training. I remember that.
Exactly. Yeah. Keeping you grounded.
Was it like that at Akron as well with like rookies?
Yeah, at Akron actually there's a tradition that once whether you're a rookie or you transfer over, the team holds a barbecue at one of the guys' houses, one of the local guys' houses in his backyard, and it's players only, and you eat, have fun, whatever, and then at the end of it, the older guys get to shave your head. Like, doesn't matter if you have long hair, like like crazy, like they have to shave your head.
Holy. No.
And I saw a guy come in with like, he was working hard on it, like long blonde hair past his shoulders, and they're like, yeah,
that's gone.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we gotta cut that. And like he was fighting. He's like, nah, I've had this for 4 or 5 years. Like, but they cut it, that's what they do at Akron.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. Yeah. So best and worst thing about being a professional footballer?
Best, I would say I'm just doing what I love, and worst thing is everything you do is under a microscope, so gotta tread lightly and gotta make sure you're not doing anything to piss people off, I guess.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, how tough is it? Like, how annoying is it with like media?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you want to say what you really feel, but might get you suspended or a fine or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I haven't had too many instances where I was like, yeah, I'd love to crush so and so, but yeah, sometimes you play a game or refs make bad decisions and you want to call people out, but you technically, I mean, you could, but there's going to be consequences for it, so like that part's a little bit hard.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, this was the question from the special guest. From Ashton, because he said it. Him and a few guys used to dog you for loving Starbucks so much. So we want to know what your Starbucks order is.
Yeah, let me tell y'all the story, man. I was going to go pick up Oso. We both were right next to each other, and as I pull out of my garage of my building, there's a Starbucks right there in the metro, and I was running into the metro anyway. So I was like, yo, so you want like a coffee? I'm like, he would usually get me Balzac's because that was right underneath where he lived. So the Starbucks was closer to where I live. So I was like, yo, you want a coffee real quick? And before this, honestly, before I met them, I wasn't really a big coffee guy in general, but I won't lie, they put me on.
Yeah, this guy's
so I was like, yo, so you want a Starbucks? And also was like, nah, I'm good. And then he went into the facility and told Ash, like joking, he's like, yo, this guy Richie tried to ask me if I want a Starbucks this morning, and Ash ran with it. He was telling everybody, he's like, yo, don't talk to this guy. He drinks Starbucks. Ash being the coffee guy he is, he was like, nah, Richie, you got Balzac, you got Sam James, you got blah, blah. I was like, yo, it was right next to my house. I just wanted to know. I was trying to be nice, And ever since that day, he just
wow. Of course, though. If you know Ash, of course, he's gonna ride you for that.
Exactly.
That's funny, bro. All right, last one, man. Last one. We need a starting 11, best starting 11 of players you played with. You can include yourself in it as well if you want.
Best starting
11, keeper and everything.
It's a tough one.
Best of your favorite, whatever. You're building a starting 11.
Whatever makes it easier for you.
Yeah.
My what? What'd you say? Like, my best starting, like, of guys that I played with?
Guys you played with.
Yeah.
So your favorite. It doesn't have to be the best. Like if you're building a team, guys you play with. So you don't gotta throw no shade at nobody, but I know some people are gonna get cut off. It's okay.
Yeah, I might wake up with some text messages.
I think Ash did too, so it's okay.
Yeah. Let me think. Goalie. I played with.
I'm trying to think of keepers you played with.
I'm trying to think as well. I'd say Milan, just for experience-wise, but I don't know.
You got Milan, like, you got Bono.
Milan's a guy. Yeah, Milan's an incredible goalie.
Yeah, you've played with some. I mean, you played with some ballers that I think about.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to think of who was at Orlando when I was at Orlando as well. Joe Bendick.
Yeah, Joe Bendick. He played at TFC too.
Yeah. You played with him, right?
Mm-mm.
Or no, he came after you?
Yeah, he came after.
Let me come back to goalie. Right back, I would put RO.
Okay.
Center backs. I'm trying to think of Orlando's as well.
So you got TFC, you got Mavinga.
Yeah, I'd put him. He'd be in there.
Mavinga would be Canada. You got Daniil. You got Kamar. Don't think too much, man. It could be whoever. Let's see.
I'll just follow I'm just gonna put my dogs on. I'm gonna put a lineup of my
dogs.
Dude,
they'll do that because that's what Ash did. Just do that.
Yeah, I'll put Ash, Kamal, Daniil, Aro. I'd put Oso. Gotta put Kaka in there. Oso and Kaka.
Of course. Ooh,
easy.
Who else is there? I need a 6.
Who else is in midfield?
Put Liam.
Yeah, Liam.
And then I would put Alfonso and Tejan gotta be there.
Of course.
And then striker, I'll put Kyle.
Okay, that's a squad. Bro, that's a squad.
Listen, there's honestly
you play with a lot. I know it's tough.
Like
it's tough.
easily put Josie and Mike in there.
Yeah, I know.
So there's honestly so many people. I'm just thinking straight off the top of my
the
head.
dogs, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'll do that. But bunch of Canadian guys.
That's the man. Yeah.
That was all Canadian guys plus Kakao.
Yeah. Oro and Kaka. Yeah. So true. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all we have, bro. We really appreciate you coming on, man. And I was talking to Mike. Like I'm telling like all my casual friends of soccer to be like, man, let's get behind this Canadian men's national team, bro, because I think you guys are obviously on the verge of doing something really special. And we're all hyped and ready to go. I can't wait I got to get to BMO for your next round of game. Who you guys play at home?
We just have one against Panama. We have Mexico.
Panama, yeah. I gotta get to that one. But man, yeah, it's exciting, man. We're ready to go, ready to watch and see you guys build and continue. And obviously, all the best in the rest of the MLS season. Hope you guys can end on a high. And yeah, but we'll be watching, bro. We'll be watching for sure.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for having me on this, and it was fun. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, big respects.
Yeah,
I'm spreading the word over here, man. I got guys over here checking games. They're like waking up in the morning, sending in a group chat about Canada or like the players and everything. So it's good. It's like I'm proud, Yeah. Like a couple of years ago, I might not be talking about the team so highly or like performances or even matches coming up. So it's we got a game tonight.
That's the buzz around the entire country or Canadians in general. So it's a good feeling, to be honest.
Absolutely.
You want to sign us off, Mike?
Absolutely. Obviously, everybody that's listened, thank you. This episode will
sorry.
Oh my
goodness. Don't worry, we'll get it to it. But do you have anything you got to plug first, Richie, off the field? Anything you got to plug? Anything you got to plug off the field? You got anything going on you want people to know about?
No, not quite yet, but
okay.
If I do, I'll circle back with you guys.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely run it back. Of course, run it back. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Yeah, this full video will be on YouTube. So if you want the visuals for it, go there, check it out. If not, get it how you usually get it. If you're not already showing love to Richie, go and show him as much love as possible and show the team as much love as possible because we're grateful for him and everybody that's making noise in Canada. So then another episode Just Offside with me, Mike Pavella.
And Keith McCuber. We're signing off. Peace.